Hello. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming. I wanted to tell you a couple of words about this piece. The librettos for the Migrant Liberation Suite were developed and are inspired by 3 interviews that were conducted with revolutionary women from around the world, one from indigenous Mexico, another from the Kurdistan in Syria, and the third, a former Black Panther, now exiled in Tanzania. And the whole work is made in the belief that it is necessary to listen to the voices and the experiences of the peoples and the leaders who are at the forefront of the resistance to capitalism and the fight against climate change, which is in fact one of the main driving forces of displacement and of exclusion in the global south. And the beautiful metaphors that you will hear tonight are metaphors for that struggle that of course faces all of us also here in the global north. There is more information on the 3 women and on the process and on the piece, as well as merchandise and other things you can check out in one of the tables around here. Without further ado, this is the 4-mirrored butterfly.
This is a story of a sword, and how the sword became a sword and struck the tree, and how the sword pushed everyone around into forced migrations that destroy the planet and make him rich, but still unsatisfied and jealous and craving more and more. He chooses to become a sword out of minerals that could have helped the tree. You see, there's a mushroom labyrinth growing underground out of those same minerals that we could be a part of. Or not. if you're happy being a sword that poisons birds and trees. Because a sword like this one strikes the tree, then fights a stone and water. So really, it's a question of, are you a sword? Right now, what are you becoming from your mushroom minerals? A rebel lashing out against the gods of gold and superiority by deceit, reckless cruelty, half asleep, trading one overlord for the other. But there is a rebellion deeper, slower, to make your own authority beyond the reach of the state by creating, not destroying. Or did you want the siege of lies and bullies? Hold your ground. Move slower. Wait. Are you willing to wait? To live with worlds beyond your world? There is a calendar coming. You must prepare. There is a calendar from above and a calendar from below. There is an hour before and an hour after the hour you have known, unmarked on any clock, unprized by the gray mediocrity of Lord and Master.
Everything with my reckless accidents and toxic spill. My blade is sharp and unsanitary. Power to who wields me, death to who defies me. I cut into all your gifts of nature, labor, fertility. I take them all. I degrade the conditions of what you produce and give you chaos. I expand and make you crave expansion in order to exist. I commodify your nature, your labor, fertility, devalue that and suck you dry. I don't want you to rest. I don't want you stable. I want you anxious and suspicious, full of envy, disaster, and mistrust. With every increase, a new boundary to exceed. I want the regime of profitability, where money's value is abstract and dissolving and monolithic. The only true bond is money. Even the devil is scared of me. I would offer you limitless wealth and godlike transformation. But that's what I'm after myself, so you'll have to make do with sweat, obesity, and hunger. You have your alienation and fast food. But I always feel like I need something more. Like something more. I'm craving this, not that. I'm craving this, not that. I'm craving this, not that. Time is never natural. You're the worker. Your time's carcass. Person is personnel. Synthetic bond eclipses natural bond. Manage and manipulate. Don't question the hustle. Throw that away. It's done. You're done. I need the new. I need the youth. I want to deny aging and death. It's a race. I have a very short window to brand myself. More frantic, more crowded, more dead and doubt. I need more dead and doubt. Slavery, deforestation, and monoculture. Sugarcane and corn deplete the soil. Oops.
So the sword pushes a tree into Kansas, and out of Kansas, and then all the way to Tanzania, striking at her the whole way like a former Black Panther. Where do you put your defiance? Swashbuckling with the weaponry? Or do you open up your branches and your roots in a strange land? Who do you hack down? Whoever takes what you were taking, even if it's hand to mouth, and you have it all and all and all? Or are you more like a mulberry tree, letting the hummingbirds and the orchid mantis land on your branches and make a small home in your home?
And return, in your dreams return.
Your time is done, you sitting duck. That rotten fungi can't sustain your bird brain wheeze. I've cut your mycorrhizal junk, controlled your networks. Mess up your windmills in a wealth. Buy out, bully, and beat you into wildfire, drought, and storm surge. Go to violence to the false march of progress. My linear reality and God we thrust can never get voluptuous. Your devil mantis will fold in on itself like a bug-bitten weed choke. Suck up, wannabe. You'll do anything for me. You know it.
I see that sword bring down the great trees to their knees, hacking limb from limb, hacking limb from limb, the rebels who wander, torn asunder, thrown down. Sifting out the tears to sink or swim in the leaf litter, fear dung and turkey tail frontier. That sword came down and down, hacking into my birds. Teach one a soft infinity. Turn every time.
Can you stand with your birds torn open in a canopy of rain, like a housefly in a praying stance? Can you tell me, like a talking tree, how to live that orchid mantis camouflage? Climb the stalk and wait? Dressed in petals, not too drab, the pink and green. Stand with your birds torn open. So the sword hacks down a lot of trees. And the cut trees burst into color, trying to bloom. And the sword is so excited about his assets that he strikes a stone flower. She is what they call a bending flower, who had turned to stone in the Kurdish part of Turkey where the migrants bend all day in the hazelnut fields. This stone flower had once been a goddess with so much food that the sword had to push her out into the outskirts so he could strip mine all her beauty into labor.
Yeah. She's hard like me. So I get to hack at her dignity to get her surplus. Gotta keep her low and force her down and back and forth and back to nowhere so I can get what she has naturally. It's nothing really.
You are enough. Brace yourself.
No other way but by the sword. Fight! Fight! That's all you're good for. Brace yourself hard as a rock. Destroy competing capacities for creation process and biological life. Yeah, that's... You're killing it. Oh, you're cornered. Can't stay. Can't go. You're damaged. You're mine. Brace up and shatter hard like me. Come on, I'm striking. What's gonna break in you and me? Go, let's find out.
push to the fear, push to the dead zone, tulip of tears. Lost the ugly room, lost my mother tongue, no money, sick water, cotton and sun. Push to the mines, under the gun, push to the city, nowhere to run. Shattered by the cold sword, barren and done. Turned back, migrated and shunned. Not a tourist, not a beach, old men work to death. Forced out to the streets, soon to take their last breath. Push back and forth, push to nowhere. Everybody's hating, cruel without a care. Waste of war comes down like the night. What will break you first, you or what you fight? What will break you first, you or what you fight? A place with water, dull the cruelty. Sit with a comrade, some chocolate and a cat, or a little snail in the village with a shell hat. Tulip of tears. Bend or break, that's it? That's it? Bend or break? Or recognize yourself? Recognize yourself in the freedom of a catacomb. Break the system step. Break the sword before it breaks your soul. Fight for what you lost, let go. Like the split of a sword, you know this. Break before you ever bend again. Break if you must now. Break if you must then. Recognize yourself, your love, your desires. Recognize your slavery, know your part, elevate higher. You have a different set of eyes, no need to clarify. You already knew what we had to do. You knew you'll give your life for this, you know we know it too. Fear made you forget it, forget your nature. Fear made you forget fertility is part of labor. That fear was leading you, pulling you away from me. You gotta get closer. You know this snail, when you see it in the spring, you can bend and grow, return to earth year after year. When spring comes, we're gonna flourish. Spring's gonna come and we'll know the revolution is here. You know this. You already know this. Fear made you forget it. You forgot you were shown this. You forgot your nature. Stone flower, split in two, and crack the blade. You know a part of me would never accept those who enslave me, and I will give my whole life for the search.
The sword damages the tree and splits the stone. He pushes them out of their homes and into the river, where they try to heal, but the sword lunges at the river, flooding it with storm surge and pollution.
Water is the weakest. Good, good. I fling myself into the watershed and poison all your creatures, making you terrified and sick. You can resist my blunt force trauma toxins.
The tree is dying. The stone and mushrooms cry out until the water rises up, reflected in a four-mirrored butterfly. The butterfly had gone to the talking tree to learn to be like water, to become a butterfly, to dance like a deer until the real deer come. The butterfly can hear the caracols of the spiral. She can hear you too, whatever you may think of her now, as she sings to you in an ancient grammar that does not bend to the sword. She sings with the voice of the river and the deer. She sings the wisdom. She sings, I am facing extinction. I am a four-mirrored butterfly. Can you face the mirrors of my wings? I fly at night. I search for food and water. I only taste your poison. It hurts to breathe. I only see your footsteps everywhere, your poisons. There are no butterflies left. you know that the spiritual world is here? You don't have to look somewhere else. All of your ancestors are here, still, with the insects, the birds, the fish. And you are transforming too. Where life meets death will meet again. If you die before me, I will face your mirrors in the song of the four-mirror butterfly. And if I die before you, remember my wings, my song.
She'll have no branches, no petals, where she's torn, but you can understand her song. Even when the world and you cannot, she wants something to come to pass, your reflection is more. She'll teach you how to be water, to become a butterfly. Every year she'll help you, if you try to stop, serve for too long,
Recognize your freedom in the spiral, in the caracol. Break the system you accept. Break the sword before it breaks your soul. Fight for what you lost, let go. Like the split of a sword, you know this. Break before you ever bend again. We will break if we must now. We will break if we must then. When spring comes, we're gonna flourish. Spring's gonna come and we'll know the revolution is here. Right. We are a spiral, the spirit of the revolution. We are Mother Earth.
In the wilderness, in the
wilderness, when you turn to stone, in the night world, rest with your wings wide open. Dream the water. Roll back slowly, heart to world in caracols of unpaved plaza, unpainted hope, and avocado canteen dreams.
I'm dissolving, sinking down into some embrace, rusty, dull, lost. What good is having the best if the best brings out the worst? I'm lost. Some dream inside a nightmare. Nothing is everything, and I regret. What good is all this purposeless power? All this power with no purpose.
Here you won't need money. We'll make up a plate for you. At the end of the night, we'll make up your bed. We won't ask when you're leaving or where you go. Sometimes you'll fight like a tree in a storm, like a stone against time, like water. Dawn will melt away the song lines, rising in the midnight sun, in a relief, a thirst for all of this